Hello party people. This year I have become a huge fan of Brandon Sanderson's books. It started with Mistborn and it hasn't stopped. At the beginning of September, I finished The Way of Kings and I was shocked. When I finished this book, I was in a state of shock. Truly one of the best books I have read in a very long time. When I finished this book, I didn't know what to do except to go to the bookstore and acquire the second book in the series, which I also read. So today I have decided to immerse myself even deeper into these thick books by cooking a dish that comes from the pages. Today we will be making chouta, a handheld street food. Let us consult the text. Hey Lopin, what's in this stuff? Flangria, Lopin said happily as Rock ran off to the street vendor to get himself some chouta too. Which is? Kaladin asked. Meat. What kind of meat? The meaty kind. Soulcast, Kaladin said, looking at Sigzil. You ate Soulcast food every night as a bridgeman, Sigzil said, shrugging and taking a bite. Because I had no choice. Look, he's frying that bread. You fry the flangria too, Lopin said. Make little balls of it, mixed with ground lavis. Batter it up and fry it, then stuff it in fried bread, and pour gravy on top. He made a satisfied sound, licking his lips. So we will be making 3 components to this dish. A flatbread, chunks of meat, and a thick gravy. Hopefully the final product will take me even deeper into Sanderson's Cosmere. Let's get into it. We're gonna start by making my favorite flatbread recipe that comes from Claire Saffitz's cookbook, Dessert Person. We start by peeling 1 potato that is approximately 227 grams. Cut it into cubes and boil it until it is fork tender. We're going to strain the potatoes and keep 1 cup of the potato water for later. Put the potato water in the fridge to cool. In a mixing bowl, we're going to put 423 grams of all-purpose flour, 2 teaspoons of salt, 2 tablespoons of oil, and our cooked potato mashed up. Then we're going to wake up our yeast. Put 1 teaspoon of yeast into a cup with 1/4 cup of the reserved potato water. Make sure the water has cooled to about 105 degrees. Then add the yeast mixture to the big bowl along with the rest of the potato water. You can knead this by hand or in a stand mixer for about 10 minutes. Then proof the dough until it's doubled in size. I proof dough by heating my oven to the lowest temperature that it can do. Then when I put the dough in, I turn the oven off and leave the door slightly ajar. Now it's time to roll your dough into 8 little balls, place them on a baking sheet, and put them to rise a second time in the oven. I will not be deep frying these flatbreads, but I will brush them with oil, salt, and za'atar seasoning after they're cooked on a hot, dry pan. For the meat, we'll be making meatballs inspired by kofta, which is a Turkish Lebanese style meatball. First, finely dice an onion, then 3 cloves of garlic. Put it all in a bowl with a pound of ground beef. Chop a bunch of parsley. Put half in the bowl and reserve the other half for garnish. Add some mint leaves, black pepper, half a teaspoon of sumac, half a teaspoon of cinnamon, half a teaspoon of cumin, half a teaspoon of paprika, half a teaspoon of cardamom, and lots of salt. And mix that together. I added an egg and some oil to hold it together. Then form the meat into balls. I'm not frying mine, but I am air frying them for 12 minutes at 375 degrees. Cook them until they reach an internal temperature of 160 degrees. And save the fat that's left over for the gravy. Finally, the gravy. Gravy is simple. Make a roux by melting 2 tablespoons of butter and adding 2 tablespoons of flour. Whisk in the leftover meatball fat and 1 cup of vegetable stock until it's thick. I love fresh herbs.
You're gonna sprinkle.
Dinner time. All I got was bread, so I got chicken and a bite.
Oh, the herbs and mint are super, like the mint and parsley are super strong.
It's pretty good.
I eat this when I'm fueling up for war. Is that what they do? I haven't read this book.
Yeah, so it's actually pretty good. I think it's pretty good. If I was like a judge on the Food Network, I would say that it needs some form of acid.
Got a couple of this. And that's a piece. Please, can I have some more?
Pizza, can I have some more?
In our quest for more acid and more texture, we discovered that adding a pickle is a fantastic addition.
There you have it, folks. That's chowder. It's so satisfying to taste something that you've read about and bring the page to life. Let me know in the comments what fictional foods you guys wish that you could taste in real life. Don't forget to subscribe, and thank you for watching.